right. Welcome, everybody, to the 75-minute flow class. I am John. I'm going to be guiding you through it. So let's start by finding a comfortable seat, grounding the sit bones, stacking the spine long, closing the eyes. As you feel into the sitting bones, you'll feel the spine get longer. And then feel the shoulders stack over the hips. And then feel the head stack over the shoulders. So you feel that line as you come into an effortlessness and gravity in your body as much as possible, right? Exhale the breath deeply. Inhale through the nose, let the breath vibrate across the back of the throat. Exhale through the mouth, loud ha sound. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, loud ha sound. Inhale through the nose. We'll transition this time. Exhale through the nose. As if you were making a ha sound through the nose. Same richness and fullness of breath. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale for 4. Pausing at the top. Exhale for 4. Pausing at the bottom. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, make your way to all fours. Hands under shoulders and knees under hips. Core strong. Exhale the breath. Inhale, heart forward, gaze forward, belly drops through. Exhale, spine high. Bow the head, draw the tail down, send the middle of the back way up to the sky. Inhale, heart forward, gaze forward. Exhale, spine high, bow. Inhale, forward. Exhale, high. Inhale, forward. Exhale to a neutral spine. Spin the right hand a quarter turn to the right, left hand a quarter turn to the left. And then begin to rock side to side. And then feel the wrists and the forearms. This really affects the arm lines themselves as you work higher up. And you can stay with this. Spin the hands another quarter turn so the fingers point towards the knees, to the back of the room, back of the mat. This could be a forward and back motion. You can make circles with the shoulders in one direction a few times, in the other direction a few times. And then when you feel ready to, begin to walk it out. Spin the right hand forward, the left hand forward, the right hand back, the left hand back. And forward, forward, back, back. Forward, forward, and back, back. Start to feel heat through the wrists, the forearms. If you'd like to, you can press one of your hands down. So, let's say it this way, back of one of your hands down. Be more specific. Palm facing up, and then slowly start to straighten the elbow a little bit, maybe squeezing the finger at the center and releasing, squeezing the fingers and releasing, pumping the hand a few times. You can do that, or switch it out and do the other side. And then start to come into balance. If you've done something on one side, make sure you do it on the other. When you feel balance on both sides, go ahead and shake out the right hand, pop up to the fingertips, and then shake out the left hand and pop up to the fingertips. Inhale, heart forward, gaze forward. Exhale, spine high, bow. Inhale, forward. Bring the palms flat, tuck the toes, and with an exhale, push back to down dog. As you come into down dog, walk it out, bend the left knee, the right knee. Feel the toes and the ankles. Feel out the knees. You can wag the tail some, feel out the hips. Moving through all the snap, crackles, and pops. On your next inhale breath, lift your hips and your heels high, hips high, heels high. As you exhale, bend the knees, bring the shins low, parallel to the floor, maybe a little higher. Inhale, hips and heels high. Exhale, bend the knees, bring the shins low. Inhale, hips and heels high. As you exhale, slide your heels to the right side of your mat, pivoting on the balls of the feet. As you do this, you're going to feel length through the left side body. Keep your left hand grounded, the shoulder blade sliding onto the back as you hug in. Breathe into that length you're creating. Exhale. With an inhale, lift the hips and heels all the way up high, and as you exhale, heels to the other side of your mat. In pivoting the balls of the feet, length of the right side body. Right hand rooted down strong, shoulder blade sliding onto the back. Breathe and feel. Exhale. With an inhale, lift the hips and heels all the way up high. Bring your hips high, your heels high. Draw your heart just a little closer towards your thighs as you lengthen even more. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, slowly take your heels straight back behind you. It's okay if they don't touch. They don't have to. With an inhale, lift the hips and heels high. Shift your gaze forward and mindfully walk your feet up to the front of your mat. Slow motion, taking your time, maybe hovering a foot and landing, hovering a foot and landing. And then we'll arrive at the front of the mat. From here, catch opposite elbows and take a ragdoll. Letting the upper body spill over the low body. And now place your hands out in front of you. Let's come into a deep knee bend, squat all the way down. And in the squat, you may realize, I need to bring my feet wider. That's okay. You may need to splay your knees wider. You can take your forehead in the direction of the knees. Feeling the opening through the back of the neck, the upper back a little bit. You can draw your right ear to your right shoulder. Open up the side of the neck, left ear to left shoulder. Open up the other side of the neck a little bit. Heels can stay lifted. You can work your heels a little lower if you want to. And then slowly lift the hips up, let the heels come down. Interlace your fingers to your low back. And then send the knuckles as high as it feels comfortable in your body. Now, keep a good bend in the knees. Release the hands. With an inhale breath, sweep all the way up high. Arms extended, hands shoulder width apart. Root down through your right foot. Lengthen the right side of the body. Touch the sky with the right fingertips. And then switch sides. Root down through your left foot. Lengthen the left side of the body. Touch the sky with the left fingertips. And now ground down through both feet and reach impossibly high. Take a big inhale. Lengthen. And as you exhale, bring your palms together at heart center. And close your eyes. Relax the neck and the shoulders. Allow the tongue to fall away from the roof of the mouth. As you feel yourself standing firm and relaxed at the same time. And in this calm, steady space, set a personal intention for your practice or dedicate your practice to someone in your life, aligning this experience with purpose. The source of all creation is pure consciousness, pure awareness. Pure potentiality seeking expression from the unmanifest to the manifest. And when we realize that our true self is one of pure potentiality, we align with a power that manifests everything in the universe. And this is why we practice. Let's join our voices to create one voice, one sound of Om. Take a big inhale. Relax your arms by your sides. Gently open your eyes. Spin the palms open, and with an inhale, sweep the arms up high. As you exhale, fold forward. Place your hands to your shins. Inhale, long spine. Exhale and fold. Place your hands to your mat. Align fingertips next to toe tips. Inhale, long spine. Bend the knees and float your right foot back. Big step back with your right foot. Stepping back into your lunge, feel your back legs zip up with power. Pressing your heart forward and through. And then feel as your spine aligns with the back leg. And then align the back of the neck with the rest of the spine. Maybe send the hips a little lower if you're ready. Inhale. As you exhale, step back to downward facing dog. With an inhale breath, come forward into plank. We're going to pulse these. As you exhale, push back to down dog. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward and hold. Feel free to lower your knees if you want to soften this one. As you exhale, float all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes, exhale the breath. As you inhale, peel the chest up. Come into a baby cobra. And just lift high enough. You feel the tops of the feet press down. The legs ignite strong. Let the heart lift just a little higher. Inhale. As you exhale, forehead all the way down. Inhale. As you exhale, press up to a modified plank. Plank on your knees. Hold. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your hips to your heels. Let the forehead touch. Extended child's pose. Now, ground the hands strong. As the hands ground into the mat, shoulder blades slide onto the back. We ready the arms. Exhale the breath. With an inhale, come onto all fours. Tuck your toes, and with an exhale, push back to down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the heels high. Sweep your right leg to the sky. Take your right leg high. Hips square to the floor, leg powerfully straight and strong. Now shift the gaze forward, knee tight to the chest, right foot to right thumb. A clean step through into your lunge. Step forward into your lunge. Firm in your back leg, heart pressing forward and through. Feel the spine align with the back leg, the back of the neck align with the rest of the spine. And then maybe start to send the hips a little lower if you're ready. Exhale. With an inhale, left foot floats up. And as you exhale, fold. Put a soft bend in the knees, spin the palms open. With an inhale, sweep all the way up high. Grounding through the feet to lift the heart high. Inhale. As you exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a long spine. Bend the knees and float your left foot back. Big step back with your left foot. Inhale. As you exhale, draw your hips back and straighten your lead leg. Inhale, forward to lunge. Exhale, hips back, legs straight. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Now inhale, forward and hold. As you exhale, step back to downward facing dog. With an inhale, come forward into plank. As you exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes, exhale the breath, strong through the feet and the legs. With an inhale, cobra. Feet rooted down strong, legs ignite. Heart lifting a little higher in this one. Hips stay grounded. Inhale. As you exhale, forehead all the way down. Now, tuck your toes under. Squeeze the thighs strong. For the kneecaps, lift up off the mat. And at the bottom, you can keep your knees down if you want to soften this one. At the bottom of your exhale, when you're breathless, press up to plank and hold. Inhale. As you exhale, push back to down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the heels high, strip your left leg to the sky. Left leg high. Hips square to the floor, leg powerfully straight and strong. Now shift the gaze forward, knee tight to the chest, left foot to left thumb. Clean step through into your lunge. Heart forward, strong back leg. Inhale. As you exhale, draw your hips back and straighten your lead leg. Inhale, forward to lunge. Exhale, hips back, legs straight. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Now inhale, forward and hold. Exhale. With an inhale, right foot floats up. And as you exhale, fold. Put a soft bend in the knees. Spin the palms open. With an inhale, sweep all the way up high. Spin the palms away from each other. Set your hands to your low back or to the glutes or your upper thighs. Heel to the feet open, so about 3 to 5 inches apart. Ground through the corners of the feet as you ignite the legs. Draw the tail down as you lift the heart, and then slowly begin to take the upper body back. Breathe your way back. Feet rooted strong, heart lifting high, and then ease your way back for 3. Breathing 2. Inhale back to center. Sweep the arms high, and as you exhale, bend the knees and sit low into your chair. Weight shifting back into the heels. Toes will get light, but keep them grounded and keep them on the floor. As the weight draws back, I want you to notice is your knees drawing back. So they come closer to stacking over the hips. Maybe not exactly, but in that direction. Right? Now send the hips a little bit lower, and then lift your heart an inch. Inhale. As you exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a long spine. Bend the knees and float your right foot back. Big step back with your right foot. Now, ready your legs, your core. Inhale. As you exhale, sweep both arms back. With an inhale, sweep your arms and your body high. As you exhale, sweep the body low. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale, sweep low. Inhale, sweep to the highest. Exhale to plank. Chaturanga. Pay attention here, guys. With an inhale, push back up to plank. And as you exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. With control, with control. Untuck your toes. Slide your hands back so the wrists are underneath the elbows. And with an inhale, come into upward facing dog. Press through the hands. Move towards straighter arm position. And decide, how does this feel in my body? If it's too much, bend the elbows or do a cobra instead. If you feel good here, press the tops of the feet down, squeeze the thighs, and allow the heart to lift a little higher. Shoulder blades slide onto the back, triceps wrapping, maybe shifting the gaze up, take a big inhale. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the heels high, shift your right leg to the sky. Lifting from the inner thighs so the hips stay square, legs straight and strong. Now shift the gaze forward, knee tight to the chest, right foot to right thumb. A clean step through into your lunge. Find your lunge here, heart forward, strong, back leg, inhale. As you exhale, draw your hips back and straighten your lead leg. Breathe. Moving towards a straighter leg. If it doesn't straighten, no worries. If it's comfortably straight, press your heart more forward, long spine, and then drape your body closer towards that leg, towards the floor. Exhale. With an inhale, come forward into lunge. Exhale. With an inhale, left foot floats up, and as you exhale, fold. Sweep the arms high, drop your hips low, Utkatasana, chair. Inhale. As you exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a long spine, bend the knees and float your left foot back. Big step back with your left foot. Now ready your legs, your core, inhale. As you exhale, sweep both arms back. With an inhale, sweep your arms and your body high. As you exhale, sweep the body low. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale, sweep low. Inhale, sweep to the highest. Exhale to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Right into it this time. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Now lift the heels high, shoot your left leg to the sky, left leg high. Lifting from the inner thigh, hips square, legs straight and strong, powerfully. Beautiful. Shift the gaze forward, knee tight to the chest, left foot to left thumb. A clean step through into your lunge. Find your lunge here, heart forward, strong back leg. Inhale. As you exhale, draw your hips back and straighten your lead leg. Breathe. There's a scissoring action of the feet, the legs, to organize, to integrate the hips. You're going to feel the right hip draw a little forward, the left hip pull back subtly. Working the leg towards a straighter position. If it's straight, then the heart presses forward and through, and then maybe take the body lower. Exhale. With an inhale, come forward into lunge. Exhale. With an inhale, right foot floats up, and as you exhale, fold. Sweep the arms high, drop your hips low, Utkatasana, chair. Inhale. As you exhale, fold forward. Now, bring your feet close. Ground the hands, seal the core, and set the shoulders. You can walk the feet back a little bit, a couple inches, maybe even more. Now, bend the knees as much as you need to get the palms to go flat. As you feel the palms ground, shoulder blades onto the back. Now, slowly start to lift the heels. Start to shift some weight into the hands. And now, notice the feet may get a little bit lighter as you shift more weight forward. At the bottom of your exhale, either walk or jump your feet back. Walk back or jump back. Right into Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back. Downward facing dog. Lift the heels high, shoot your right leg to the sky. Step your right foot to your right thumb and spin your left heel down. Inhale, warrior one. A moment in one to organize the body. To feel the feet ground. To align and then integrate. Left hip pulling a little forward. No torque on the back knee at all. Now, send the hips a little bit lower. And now begin to lift the heart high. Maybe shift the gaze up. Take a big inhale. Exhale to warrior two. Spin and open. Feel the feet, right? They're going to shuffle. You're going to shift them. Most of the time, for most of us, they'll go wider. Tail draws down. Right knee in line with the middle toes. Gaze fixed and steady to one point. Shoulder blades come onto the back, and feel the shoulders as they draw into the body. As you lengthen out through the fingertips. And then explore as you start to send the hips a little bit lower. Now, spin the right palm up, reach forward and sweep high. Reverse the warrior. Feel length from the waistline through the side body, up through the fingertips. Hips a little bit lower. As you reach even higher, take a big inhale. As you exhale, windmill your hands all the way down to the mat. Come into lunge, spin your back heel high, and we're going to build our twist from here. Ground your left hand down. Right hand to the thigh, hip over the sacrum. Now press your heart forward and through, and then begin to stack your right shoulder. The right arm can sweep high if you feel ready for that. There's strength in the back leg. Turn on the back leg. Get it stronger. From the power of your back leg, press your heart more forward. Get longer through the spine. And now the leverage of your left hand. Twist, spin. And then release to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back. Downward facing dog. Lift the heels high, strip your left leg to the sky. Step your left foot to your left thumb and spin your right heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Sweep the arms, the body high. Position your back foot so it's at an angle, guys. The right foot points a little bit more towards the front of the room, a little bit more, so that when you draw the right hip forward, you don't feel any torque in the back knee at all. And once you feel like that back leg is aligned, now send your hips, slowly send your hips a little bit lower and feel where that perfect point is, that perfect balance of ease and effort. And now lift your heart, maybe shift the gaze up, inhale. Exhale to warrior two, spin and open. You're going to feel the shuffling of the feet, tail draws down, lower ribs hug in. Shoulder blades slide onto the back, gaze fixed and steady to one point. Breath is fluid. Mind is clear, meaning the mind is here, now. Maybe send the hips a little bit lower. Spin the left palm up, reach forward and sweep high, reverse it. From the waistline through the fingertips, you feel that length you're creating. Maybe send the hips a little bit lower. As you reach, take a big inhale. As you exhale, windmill your hands all the way down to the mat. Come into your lunge. Spin your back heel high. And then build your twist from here. Ground your right hand down. Left hand to the thigh, hip, or over the sacrum. As you squeeze the back leg strong, feel the length you're creating through the spine, right? Heart reaching forward and through, and then stack the left shoulder. Left arm can sweep the sky. For 3. Breathing now. 2, spin. And release to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. You start to feel the rhythm of your body, the rhythm of your practice. You start to drop into that rhythm now, right? Now, bring your feet close. Ground the hands and seal the core, set the shoulders. Put a deep bend in the knees and shift your gaze forward past your fingertips. Now, at the bottom of your exhale, you can pulse a few times if you want to pulse a few times. The bottom of your exhale, either walk your feet up or jump your feet up. Walk up or jump up. Inhale to a long spine. Exhale and fold. Sweep the arms high. Drop your hips low, Utkatasana, chair. Inhale. As you exhale, fold forward. Ground the hands, seal the core, set the shoulders. At the bottom of your exhale, either walk or float your feet back. Walk back or float back. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale back. Down dog. Lift the heels high. Shift your right leg to the sky. Step your right foot to your right thumb and spin your left heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale to warrior two. Now, squeeze your right thigh, straighten the right leg, reach your right fingertips forward, pull the left hip back, get long, and then tilt. Right hand to the shin, block, foot, or floor. Every day's a little bit different, guys. Maybe yesterday you touched the floor and today you need a block. It's okay. Maybe you always practice with a block and today you may get to the floor. That's okay. It's not about what we're doing, guys. It's about how we're being. Can we pull ourselves into this moment so completely that we're in that space of pure potentiality? We're in that space of all the potentials of our body. And we simply need to bring awareness to figure out where it needs to be right now, right? So draw the feet towards each other. Ignite the legs and feel a little bit of length to the side bodies. Set your gaze to one point and feel. Exhale. Put a micro bend in your right knee. With an inhale, reverse the triangle. Sweep all the way up. Still rooted through your right foot as you reach so high. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, extended side angle. Bend the right knee, forearm on top of the thigh, or hand down to a block of the floor. All depends on how your hips feel. Left arm sweeping up and over the head. Palm facing the floor. One long line, guys, from the left fingertips all the way down to the left ankle. Steady now. You may decide, if your forearm's on your thigh, let me explore a little bit. Let me see if my hand can go down to a block. Maybe lower to the floor. Feel the inner back thigh. It lengthens. Back of the front legs, it lengthens, and you feel the strength supporting those openings. Take another breath. And then release. Windmill the hands down to the mat, spin the back heel high, lower the back knee down, and with an inhale breath, sweep your arms and your body high. Bring your palms together at heart center, and as you exhale, twist to the right. Elbow can land on top of the thigh. The elbow can clear the thigh. You can stay right here or tuck your back toes under and straighten the back leg. Maybe you straighten the back leg for a moment and you realize, that feels a little bit too intense, so you keep the back knee down. That's cool too. Stronger through the back leg. You can work here, or if you'd like to, extend your arms in opposite directions. Maybe sweeping the right arm towards the front of the room, potentially. And see how this feels. It's okay to back up if you need to. Breathe. Strong and calm for 2. And then release to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Lift the heels high, sweep your left leg to the sky. Step your left foot to your left thumb and spin your right heel down. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale to warrior 2. Squeeze your left leg, your left thigh I should say. Straighten the left leg, reach your left fingertips forward, pull the right hip back long and then tilt. Straight leg triangle, left hand to the shin, maybe to a block, maybe the foot of the floor. I'll feel the side bodies get long. Left hip's drawing under as the right hip pulls back some. Notice if you're locking the left leg out. It's common here. I keep a micro bend in it. Keep that left leg strong and powerful. Protecting the knee. Now, a little bit of length to the side bodies. Exhale. Micro bending the left knee with an inhale, reverse the triangle. Sweep all the way up. Once you come up, you can squeeze the left leg again. Feeling into the length as you ground the left foot down and reach so impossibly high. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, extended side angle. Bend the left knee, forearm on top of the thigh, or hand down to a block or the floor. Right arm sweeping up and over the head. Feel the line that you're creating from the right fingertips all the way down to the right ankle. Feel the power you're creating through the feet as they ground without gripping the toes. Lift the toes and spread them out. And then draw the feet towards each other energetically. Feel how the power in the low body helps support you as you start to take it deeper. Maybe the left hand can come down to a block or the floor. Maybe left hand to your heart if you want to make a more muscular experience. One more full breath. And then release. Windmill the hands down to the mat. Spin the back heel high. Lower the back knee down. With an inhale, sweep your arms and your body high. Bring the palms together at heart center. As you exhale, twist to the left. Elbow can land on top of the thigh. The elbow can clear the thigh if you like. Work here, tuck your back toes under and straighten the back leg. Squeeze in the back leg strong. Reach in the heart forward and through. And then feel as your palms press together how this creates that leverage off of the grounded form to spin the heart a little higher. You can stay here or send the arms out in opposite directions. For 3. Breathe, guys. Become steady now. 2. And then release to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Now bring your feet close. Ground the hands and seal the core. Set the shoulders. Put a deep bend in the knees. Shift your gaze forward past your fingertips, and at the bottom of your exhale, either walk or float your feet up. Walk up or float up. Inhale to a long spine. Exhale and fold. Sweep the arms high. Drop your hips low, Utkatasana, chair. Inhale. As you exhale, fold forward. Ground the hands, seal the core, set the shoulders. At the bottom of your exhale, walk or float your feet back. Walk back or float back. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale back, down dog. Lift the heels high, shift your right leg to the sky. Step your right foot up about halfway, maybe a little bit more. Left heel spins down to the mat. Palms come together in prayer, and with an inhale, sweep all the way up high. Now, spin the palms away from each other. Interlace your fingers to your low back. And then draw the knuckles down as you lift the heart. Strong in the feet and the legs. Knuckles draw down, the heart lifts. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, hinge forward with a straight spine. Side forward bend variation. If you feel, for whatever reason, too much tension in the low back, place your hands down to blocks of the floor. It's okay if you need to modify. Totally fine. Now, imagine and feel as if someone was holding your hips and you're pressing your heart forward from the tension of that hold. Lengthen it a little bit more and then maybe lower an inch or two. Hold. Strong through the feet and the legs with an inhale, float all the way up. Exhale. With an inhale, sweep the arms up high. As you exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. Left arm forward, right arm back. Open it up to the right. Notice the strength in the feet and the legs. Again, without gripping the toes. Corners of the feet ground. The legs ignite. And from the strength of the legs, lift the heart a little higher and then spin. Maybe shifting the gaze over the right shoulder. Spin. And release. Right hand to your hip, left arm high. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, hinge forward with a straight spine. Left hand to the shin, block, foot or floor. Press the heart forward and through, and then begin to stack the right shoulder. You feel the right shoulder stack. The right arm can sweep up when you feel the shoulders are stacked. Your left hand resting on the shin or the foot, maybe to the inside of the foot, maybe to the outside of the foot for more of a challenge. Send your heart a little more forward. Pull the right hip back and spin at the end. Beautiful. Set both hands down to the mat. Rock your weight into your right foot and take your left leg high. Square off the hips. Ignite that lifted leg. Pulse a few times if you want to pulse a few times. When you feel ready, walk or float your feet back. Walk back or float back. Chaturanga, maybe a Triyanga for some of you. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Lift the heels high, shift your left leg to the sky. Step your left foot up about halfway, maybe a little more. Right heel spins down, palms come together in prayer. With an inhale, sweep all the way up high. Spin the palms away from each other. Interlace your fingers to your low back. And now draw the knuckles down as you ignite the legs. Allow the heart to lift. Inhale. As you exhale, hinge forward with a straight spine. Again, as if someone was holding your hips, the heart reaches forward and through, and then we slowly descend. From the power of the feet and the legs, hips stay steady, the spine lengthens, and then find just a little bit of depth. Just a little lower. Exhale. Strong feet and the legs. Inhale, float all the way back up. Exhale at the top. Inhale, sweep the arms up high. As you exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Open up to the left. Hips square to the front of the room. Feet grounded into the mat strong as you lift through the heart. As you reach through the arms, maybe shift the gaze over the left shoulder at the end. And then release. Left hand to your hip, right arm high. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, hinge forward with a straight spine. Right hand, shin, block, foot or floor. Press the heart forward. Lengthen out. Use a block if you need to. If you feel really tight in the backs of the legs, guys, sometimes having the hand higher up will help because that tightness in the backs of the legs won't limit us in our twist if our hand is higher up, right? It won't detract from the spiral line that we're trying to open. Right? So it's okay sometimes to stay higher. That's all I'm saying. Right? I'll stop talking now. Press the heart forward and through. Left shoulder stacking. Left arm can sweep up. Breathe. For 3. Steady. 2. And then release. Step both hands down to the mat. Rock your weight into your left foot and take your right leg high. Power in that leg. Ground through the hands and either pulse the leg a few times to the sky. If you want to pulse a couple times, you can walk the feet back. You can Hop the feet back. Chaturanga, maybe a Triyanga if you want to. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Now, lower the knees down to the mat, bring the hips to the heels, and let the forehead touch. Take a full cycle of breath. Feel free to have a little sip of water if you want a little water. As soon as you're done with your water, let's come back into child's pose. We'll begin again. So finding child's pose, let the forehead touch. Extend the arms out. Exhale a breath. And with an inhale, come onto all fours. Tuck the toes, and as you exhale, push back to down dog. Lift the heels high, shift your right leg to the sky. Step your right foot to your right thumb. Lower the back knee down and bring both hands to the inside of the right foot. Let's take a moment in lizard. So slide your left leg back. Take it back, 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 back. Now, for a moment, stay on the hands. Right? For a moment. I know a lot of you, I'm going to drop my forearms right. Hold on just a moment. Stay on the hands and then press your hips forward and down. Press your hips forward and down. Your hands down, your heart a little higher. You'll have a little bit more leverage for hip extension. Right? So hips draw forward. Hips draw forward. Now, you can stay with this. Or if you'd like to, you can lower your forearms down. Lowering your forearms is going to take your upper body lower. So to make sure you still feel that hip extension, the hips draw forward, basically, is what I'm saying. So forearms can come down if you like to. You can tuck your back toes under and straighten the back leg. This creates a more muscular experience. But again, still make sure that the priority, what we're focusing on, is the opening through the front of the hips. I'll give you an option. If you'd like to, you can ground your left hand down, bend your right knee, your left knee, I should say, sweep your right hand back and catch your foot. If you can't get the foot, you can place your hand on a block. So you lift the upper body up a little higher even. Now, once you get the foot, pull the foot towards you and then draw your hips forward and down. And feel this again in the front of the hip. Take a full cycle. And then slowly release. Let's make our way into half splits. Set your hands down, draw your hips back, and straighten your lead leg. It's okay if you need to shift the knee or the front heel, the front foot a little bit. No worries. Make your shifts and your changes. And flex your toes back. It's okay to sit on a block if you need it. Toes flexing back. Top of the leg engaged. And you feel that? The energy there is to help support the opening of the opposite muscle group underneath, right? Now, feel free to stay here. Totally fine. If you'd like to move into full splits, you have an option to do that. So you can come into full splits if you like, using blocks for your hands or underneath your hip if you want to. And keep the front foot, the front ankle active so the toes flex back. Monitor, see how low you need to take it. Again, the goal, guys, here is not to get the hips all the way down. That will happen for some of us. It will never happen for others. I'm one of those that it will never happen for simply because of my skeletal structure and the way I'm put together. Take another full cycle of breath. I don't even know what to say to that. No one heard. No one heard what Chris just said. And I won't repeat it because I won't give him the honor of take another full cycle of breath. And then let's release. Let's come into a lunge. Come into a lunge. So build your lunge. And then from your lunge, take your back knee down to the mat. Lower the back knee down. And with an inhale, sweep your arms and your body high. Now, float your right hand to the knee and your left hand to your low back. Maybe a little bit lower, maybe the glute or lower, or even lower still, right? Ground the front foot and the back shin. Pull those points towards each other. And now lift the heart high. Take your heart high and now slowly take the upper body back. As you take the upper body back, you may realize you need to transition the hand from the knee to underneath the thigh. Or you may decide to send the right arm high if you're going even farther back. Back shin grounding. Heart lifting. Maybe shifting the gaze up, maybe taking it back just a little more at the end. And as you release, set both hands down to the mat. Pay attention here. Bring both hands to the inside of your right foot one more time. Place your right hand to your right calf muscle from the inside. From the inside. Pressing the right hand to the calf muscle, pull your upper arm or your shoulder underneath the best you can. And then plant your right hand to the outside edge of your right foot. Now, tuck your back toes under and straighten the back leg. Option, you can hold here for a couple breaths and then just step back to down dog if you want to. Or, check this out. Bend the elbows. Listen, Chris, listen to me. Bend the elbows, come into chaturanga arms. Press your right thigh into the body strong. Right thigh into the body strong. Now, as you press with the hands and lift your heart 2 inches, the right foot may lift. If it does, you have an option to either step it back, maybe straighten it forward, and then step it back, maybe straighten it forward, and then rock your weight a little forward and lift the back leg if you're going to get really crazy with us. And then chaturanga when you're ready. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Beautiful work, guys. Beautiful work. Lift the heels high. Sweep your left leg to the sky. Step your left foot to your left thumb. Lower the back knee down. Bring both hands to the inside of your left foot. Come into lizard on this side. You can stay on your palms, lift the heart, draw your hips forward, feeling that extension to the hips. The back leg slides back. And take the back leg back, and then you can stay there, or if you'd like to, you can lower the elbows down, or you can tuck the back toes under and straighten the back leg. Again, prioritize the opening through the front of the hips over all else. And all of these little variations are just ways of maintaining that, but creating more intensity possibly. More muscular strength or more of an organic experience, meaning a deeper opening. You have an option to catch the back foot with your left hand. If you want to ground the right hand down, reach the left hand back for the foot, see if it's there. And if you have it, you can pull the foot towards you, draw your hips forward and down. So again, not kicking here, but pulling the foot. Drawing forward into the hip. Take a breath. And then release. Draw the hips back. Come into half splits. Come into half splits. And see how it feels in that forward leg. Flex the toes back. Squeeze the leg strong. Feel the hips sink a little lower. You can stay with this, or you can move into full splits if you like. Lizard lunge worked an aspect of the body. Half splits worked another aspect of the body. Now full splits works both of those at the same time. So it's a simple, complex experience. Our whole build, every step that we do, simple, more complex, simple to building into the complex experience of our pinnacle. Right? This is what we're stalking in this step of the class. Every step we do the same thing, but just obviously different poses, right? To open up specific areas of the body sequentially throughout the entire practice. There's a system, a science to it all. If you're here and you'd like to fold a little bit forward, it'll intensify the opening of the back of the front leg. You can work a back bend, which will intensify the opening of the front of the back leg. Take another breath. And then release into a lunge. Now come into a lunge. Just reorganize the body, set our body up. So come into a lunge. From your lunge, lower the back knee down. With an inhale, sweep your arms and your body high. Float your left hand to your knee, your right hand to your low back, maybe a little lower. Ground the front foot and the back shin. Pull those points towards each other. Feel the low body get strong. Now lift your heart. You have that foundation. Now send your heart high, and then slowly take the upper body back. Try to keep the hips and shoulders square. Right hand may lower down a little bit. Left hand may shift underneath the thigh, or maybe it sweeps up to the sky. Ground to the back shin as you send your heart high. Reach up, reach over, exhale. And then release. Come into your lunge. Keep your back knee down for a moment, and now place your both hands at the inside of your left foot. Place your left hand to your left calf muscle, and then pull your upper arm or your shoulder underneath the best you can. Plant your left hand right next to your left foot. Tuck your back toes under and straighten your back leg. With the back leg straight, now lower the heart, bend the elbows, come into chaturanga arms. Squeeze your left thigh strong into the body. Hug your leg into the body, and then press into your hands. Lift your heart to lift the foot. Maybe extend it towards the front of the room. Maybe rock your weight forward and lift the back leg a little bit, or simply just step back into down dog. Inhale up, exhale back, or maybe just pushing straight back. Inhale. Exhale. Now bring your feet close. Ground the hands and seal the core, set the shoulders. Put a deep bend in the knees. Shift your gaze forward past your fingertips, and at the bottom of your exhale, either walk or float your feet up. Walk up or float up. Inhale to a long spine. Exhale and fold. Put a soft bend in the knees, spin the palms open, and with an inhale, sweep all the way up high. We're moving into eagle. You can do arms and legs together if you like to. As you exhale, right arm underneath the left arm, right leg up and over, possibly around. Right arm under and right leg over. And we'll feel the diagonal pull across the back. We'll feel the shoulder and the hip opening, opposites, right? Shift a little bit of weight into the heel, just a little bit, so this can really balance the weight through the corners of the feet. But a lot of times when we're here, it likes to drift forward and more into the ball mound of the foot. And I want you to feel that start to draw back, so the standing leg knee draws back a little bit closer to stacking over the ankle, just a little bit. And we squeeze the leg stronger. The elbows can lift, hands can draw forward. You can bow if you'd like to bow. For 3. Steady. For 2. If you're bowing, slowly make your way back up. Exhale the breath. And then release. Ground to the feet. With an inhale, sweep the arms up high. And as you exhale, eagle, other side. Left arm underneath the right. Left leg up, over, and around. Elbows can lift. Hands can draw forward. You can bow if you'd like to bow once you feel established. Right? First establish, meaning first we align, then we integrate. And we squeeze the muscles to support the joints that are in play, and then we deepen, meaning we send the hips low. Maybe we lift the elbows high. Maybe the hands draw forward. You can bow. Bowing's an option too. Take another breath. If you're bowing, slowly make your way back up. Exhale deeply. And then release. Ground to the feet. With an inhale, sweep the arms up high. Keep your left arm extended and bring the right arm back. Bend the right knee. Pick up your foot or your ankle from the inside. And when you feel ready, track the right knee back and begin to kick. Standing bow. Powerful in the standing foot. Squeezing the standing leg without locking it out. So we're not sinking into the knee. We're not driving back into the knee, but we're engaged to that leg. Thigh engaged. Heart lifting high. Face square to the front. Kicking back and kicking up for 3. A little reach now, 2. Now slowly to the other side. Right arm up, left arm back. Bend the left leg, pick up the foot at the ankle. Track the left knee back and come into this side. Know that this side's going to feel different, guys. Can you become aware of the subtle difference? Can you become aware of the subtleties of the experience you're in right now? So that you can more quickly adapt. Little reach right at the end. And then release. Come into mountain and stand on purpose. Shift the weight to the left foot, bend the right knee, squeeze calf to hamstring, and find rotation. Place the bottom of the foot to the inner calf or inner thigh, or the edge of the foot on the front of the thigh. All depends on how your knee and your hip feel. Most of the time we'll feel it in our knee before we feel it in our hip. As far as any pain or intense pressure and intense discomfort, right? Meaning a signal that we need to modify. But one hand can come to your heart. You can hold on with your left hand, right hand to heart, or both hands to your heart. You can send the arms high if you'd like to take the arms high. Maybe shift the gaze up. Challenging the balance a little bit. It's okay if you sway. That's what trees do. Now, palms back to heart center. And then very lightly step down with control. Right foot comes down, weight shifts to the right foot, left leg comes up, squeeze calf to hamstring, front rotation. Edge of the foot on the front of the thigh, the bottom of the foot to the inner thigh or inner calf. Standing strong, firm, balanced. You can stay here or send the arms out wide like wings or tree branches, I should say, so a little high too. Work here, or maybe shift the gaze up. Ground firm in your roots, deep into the earth. Heart high, and then slowly palms back to heart center. And very lightly step down. Come into mountain and take a breath. Stand on purpose. Palms open with an inhale, sweep the arms up high, and as you exhale, fold forward. Make your way into down dog. If you're at the front of the mat, you can jump back. If you're at the back of the mat, you can walk your hands forward. If you're kind of in the middle, you can do both. And you can chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Once you've arrived in down dog, lower the knees, bring the hips to the heels, and then let the forehead touch the mat. Let the forehead touch the mat. And then from here, come on up and have a little water. A little water if you're thirsty. We're going to move into inversions. And so we're going to start with a forearm balance. And then we'll shift into handstands. And now, if you want to, go ahead and move your mat to a wall. So you can shift your mat towards a wall so you can work off the wall. It'll be helpful if you need it. And now, from here, we're going to extend the arms out. And we're going to come up onto all fours, hands under shoulders and knees under hips. Now, where the very center of your palm is where I want you to put your elbows. Where the very center of your palms is where I want you to put your elbows. Now, the hands can be in line with the elbows. You can draw your hands in a little bit, as much as touching or even overlapping for some of us, depending on the rotation on our forearms. Tuck the back toes under and straighten the back leg. Legs, both of them. I said leg, but I meant legs. Right, both legs, so straighten the back. So you're in dolphin. This is down dog on our forearms. You can stay here. Like, this builds the strength and the flexibility, the competencies to eventually go upside down. So this is a really powerful pose in itself. And this may be where you decide to stay. If you want to deepen this, tiptoe the feet a little closer to the elbows. Walk them up some. And now do this first. Shift your gaze towards your hands. Look a little forward. That really solidifies your heart as your center of gravity, as your focal point. Send one leg high. Hips stay square. You can hold here for 3 to 5 breaths or pulse 3 to 5 times. A couple little pulses. Maybe the grounding foot floats up. Maybe you come upside down and you're there, or maybe you touch off the wall and you're working off the wall here. And then take that leg down and take the other leg up. 3 to 5 breaths with your other leg. Your other leg is probably what you would call your bad leg. And it's not bad, it's just not as trained as your good leg, in quotes. That's my air quotes. And you can pulse a few times or work off the wall. And then once you've done both sides, come on down and rest. Come on down and rest. Take a breath. And then extend the arms out. With an inhale, come onto all fours. And we're going to work handstands for a moment. Tuck the toes and push back to down dog. Now, just the word handstand alone may intimidate you, but hang with me, right? So down dog is the preparation for our handstands. You get good in down dog. You get aligned, body up in alignment and in good integration, and your down dogs, your handstands will eventually get easier for you. Now, walk your feet up towards your hands a little bit and send one leg high. Shift your gaze forward past the fingertips. Again, heart is your focal point, your center of gravity. You can pulse a few times, a couple pulses. You may touch a wall. Get into this experience of like, today is a different day. It's going to feel different. Maybe some days you're on and you have it. Some days you're not as on and you don't have it. That's okay. It's not about doing it or not doing it. It's about the experience of practicing. It's about the experience of just playing with it. All right, how does my body feel today? Where am I with it? One leg, and now do the other leg. Try the other leg, your quote-unquote bad leg. Probably should have started with your bad leg and then did your good leg. That last memory is the good memory. Especially Chris. You're like, you got an itchy neck, Chris. So after a few pulses on that side, let's come on down and rest. And let the knees come down, let the hips come down, the forehead touch. That whole talk I just did was really for Chris. A long inhale. And a long exhale. Extend the arms out, exhale the breath. With an inhale, come onto all fours, tuck the toes, and with an exhale, push back to down dog. Now, from down dog, we're going to make our way to our seats. If you want to use blocks for this, go ahead and set your blocks up. So we're going to make our way to our seats. Now, bring your feet close and ground the hands, seal the core, set the shoulders. First option, lower the knees, spin the legs around, and come onto your seat. Second option, walk the feet up slowly and then sit down. Third option, jump the feet up and then sit down. Fourth option, cross the legs and jump through. Last option, straight legs. That was pretty, Chris. That was pretty. With an inhale, sweep the arms high. Send the arms forward, and as you exhale, lower all the way down to your back. Come all the way down. Ease your way down. Oh, yes, life is good. Life is good. But this too shall end. Bend the knees and catch the shins. Rock a little left, a little right. A little bit left, a little bit right. And now send your legs vertical. Take your legs high. Reach your fingers up towards your toes. Lift your shoulder blades up off the mat. Lift the heart high. Hold or pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Now lower the upper body, plant your hands down, and then slide your arms tight. Even the edges of the hands can slide underneath the edges of the hips a little bit if you would like to. Now lower your legs about a third of the way. And with an inhale, slowly back to vertical. Lower your legs about 2/3 of the way. Inhale back to vertical. Lower the legs about 6 to 12 inches off the mat. Inhale back to vertical. There it is. Now exhale, lower to whatever degree felt best out of those three. Inhale to vertical. Exhale, lower. Inhale to vertical. 3 more, guys. Exhale, lower. Inhale to vertical. Exhale, lower. Inhale to vertical. Last one. Exhale, lower. Inhale to vertical and hold. Now, release the arms and send your arms vertical. Now, take your legs down to whatever degree, about 45-degree angle, but whatever degree felt best for you, and then take your arms up and over your head to about the same degree. 45, less, more or less, whatever you feel. Now, inhale. As you exhale, close the V. The legs come up and back. The arms come forward and forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open, V's. Exhale, close, V's. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. 3 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. 2 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Last one, guys. Exhale, close and hold. Steady, hold. A little more, hold. And release. Catch your shins. Rock left and right, left and right. Left and right, left and right. And now rock forward and back enough momentum to come up to your seat. And we're going to do a pickup. So once you come to your seat, cross at your shins, plant your hands down and try to press up onto your feet. If you feel like that's too wonky, you may need blocks for that. Or simply come to your seat and spin your legs around behind you. That is perfect also. Sometimes we just need that instead. Some of you will press and rock and jump. Some of you will press and float and do all that stuff. That's cool too. And we'll make our way into down dog. Now, from down dog, lower the knees down. Lower the knees down. Walk to about the middle of the mat. Now separate the knees about hip width. Bring the big toes together. And then sit back onto your heels. Set the hands back behind you. Fingers can point to the back walls or the side walls. And once you ground the hands, you can have palms flat, fingertips, knuckle pads. The hands are back, like 5, 6, 7 inches away from your toes, but in line with the shoulders. Press through the shins and lift your hips high. When your hips won't lift any higher, then press your hips towards the front of the room. Breathe. Breathe. Hold. And then slowly release. Bring your hips to the heels. Sit upright. Take a breath. And then come onto all fours. Tuck the toes. Push back to down dog. Come forward into plank. Lower all the way down to your belly. Bring the forehead to the mat. Bend the knees and reach back for your feet. Maybe the ankles. Maybe catch a little bit lower. Now, with an inhale breath, just kick back. Keep the thighs, the knees low, down to the floor if possible. Kicking back, and it feels you kick back, it pulls the arms back. The arms become tension cables to lift the chest. Chest lifts up off the mat. Gaze stays forward towards the front of the room. Hold. And then lower with control. Left cheek on your mat, arms by your sides. Long inhale. And a long exhale. Plant your hands underneath your shoulders and gently press up onto all fours. Walk your knees to the middle of the mat. Separate the knees about 6 to 8 inches. Stand tall on your knees. Plant the hands to the low back, to the glutes, the upper thighs. And as you root down through your shins, pull up through the heart. Lift the heart high and then slowly take the upper body back. Breathe your way back. And you can reach for your heels if you're deep enough into your back bend. If you're not quite there, you're just barely got the grip, tuck the toes under, get the heels a little higher if you need to. And if you can't get the grip at all on your heels, keep your hands to your low back. You want that support. Now, draw the hips forward. Send your heart high. Lift out of the low back. Reach up and then over. Take a breath. And then release. Hands to the low back. Come up square. Sit back onto your heels and take a breath. Long inhale. Long exhale. Come onto all fours. Tuck the toes, push back to down dog. Now, we're coming to our seat again. If you want to use blocks, use blocks. If you want to just lower the knees and spin the legs around, that's perfect too. Bring your feet close, ground the hands, seal the core, and at the bottom of your exhale, walk or float your feet through to your seat, or make it simple or dynamic, however you like. Now, once you're on your seat, with an inhale, sweep the arms high. Send the arms forward, and as you exhale, lower all the way down to your back. All the way down to your back. Beautiful. Bend the knees, bring the feet flat, and take your right ankle up and over your left knee. Create a figure 4 position. Shoot your right hand between the legs, and find your grip around the left thigh. Pull the left knee towards you as you allow the right knee to move away from you. Take a full breath here. Now, keep the legs as they are. Release the grip. Release the grip and slide your right thigh over top of your left thigh. Now, plant your left foot down, lift the hips up and slide the hips over to the right. Take your legs back up and then take your legs over to the left. If this feels too wonky or if it's too much pressure, just straighten your left leg down and take your right leg across and make it simple. Totally fine. Using your left hand to guide, the right arm comes out like a wing. You start to shift the gaze over the right shoulder. So Deepak Chopra talks about this field of pure potentiality. The space of the unmanifested, he calls it. Right? The space that we get to drop our intentions into. And if we do this in a systematic way, we can experience the results of our life, the manifest. Coming to fruition. Take one more breath here. And now slowly release. Come to center. Release the legs. Windshield wiper the legs for just a moment. Left and right, left and right. And then stop at center and place your left ankle up and over your right knee. Shoot your right hand between the legs this time. Or your left hand between the legs this time. Catch around the right thigh. Pull the right knee towards you, allow the left knee to move away from you. And it comes back, what he's talking about, honestly, is it comes back to this idea of focus equals feeling, or that what we hold in our awareness most often, what we hold in our minds on a regular basis is what we experience in our lives. Now, release the hands anyway, I should say, and slide your left thigh over top of your right thigh. Lower the right foot down, lift the hips up, slide the hips over to the left. Take the legs up and across the body. Left arm can come out like a wing. Now, we know this to be true because whether we're conscious of it or not, it's what's happening all the time. It's what we experience on a regular basis, is what we're holding in our minds most often. Another way of saying this is that what we hold in our minds most often are the lenses we put over our eyes. It's what we pick up in our environment and what tends to be the forefront of what we notice all around us most of the time. Take one more breath here. Now, slowly release. Let's come to center. Square the hips off and come into happy baby. Bend the knees and reach up for the feet. Pull the knees down right underneath the armpits. You'll feel the low back. For a lot of us, you'll feel the low back lift. And try to keep the low back down if you can. As you pull the knees towards the floor and draw the low back down, you feel that opening here in the hips, the backs of the legs. Take a breath. Now, shift the grip to a toe lock. Peace fingers around the big toes. And now send the legs straight first and then up and over the shoulders, or maybe out a little bit more. And as you release, bring the bottoms of the feet together. Let the edges of the feet land on the mat as the knees drop open. And so this is the experience of why we end up in the same scenarios in our life over and over again. Why we end up with If you were maybe you are, but if when you were dating people, you ended up attracted to the same style of person over and over again. You ended up in the same work environment, dynamic, over and over again. You can stay here the rest of the class if you like to, or float the knees together. Actually do this, float the knees together, and then heel to the feet open. Let the feet go wide to the edge of the mat. And you can stay here the rest of the class, especially if you have any low back tenderness. Otherwise, relax the legs all the way down. Bring the heels to the edge of the mat, let the toes fall open. Set the arms where it's most comfortable for you. Our practice creates a deeper level of awareness. It starts on the physical level, right? Because it's one of the easier doorways to connect with as far as developing this higher state of awareness. But as we make a conscious choice to dive deeper, right, to move into even still a deeper state, we begin to notice the patterns of our mind. We begin to notice the stories we tell ourselves most often. And we begin to realize why we experience life as we do. Which can be terrifying and scary, but it also provides us the key that unlocks the door to our freedom. And that freedom lies in the ability to choose. How is it that I want to experience life? How is it that I want to experience this body? How is it that I want to experience the service, my gift to the world? How is it that I want to experience love for myself and from others? You have the choice. Thank you so much for stepping onto your mats today. For joining us, creating this experience together. It's a true blessing and true honor. Have an amazing rest of your day, everyone. Thank you so much. Namaste.